Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year, and I'm glad that you guys are here with me. Let's see how awesome we can make 2022. So what we're going to work on today is I have based her skin tone, and this is a mix of beige red, light flesh, and just a little bit of salmon rose and a reaper fair shadow. I can't tell you per drops what I mix these colors. I just do it until it looks good. I'm not one of those persons that can mix red, yellow, and blue, even though I'm here with them on my palette. I'm not one of those people who can mix red, yellow, blue, white, and black and get the perfect skin tone. That's just not me. So I have several skin tones that I mix to get to the skin tone that I want, because none of these as one shade is an actual skin tone. I don't know what, maybe some kind of fantasy creature or something may have a skin tone that is this color, but not in my world. Okay, so this is the skin tone that I have come up with. Still making some decisions on what I'm going to do as far as the base, her camo, what I'm going to do with that. I'm still not sure yet. Since she's a cyborg, I definitely want to go something futuristic and maybe Martian. Maybe that's a terrain in outer space, not even on this planet. So still have that decision to make, but she is obviously human. Well, human / cyborg. So we can go ahead and do her face like we would any other normal human. I've based the skin tone, and so now what I'm going to do is my washes. I usually start with these three. I may add a brown wash. Now when I say washes, these are extremely thin. Let me show you on my paper towel here. Like this red that's probably 90% water and flow improver and a half a drop of paint. I don't add a lot of pigment to my washes, because if you start doing that, then you're going to end up with something that's not what you want. I usually start with the red. I do want to say with the washes, the blue, see how I've got two here? I would have overfilled this if I had tried to use this amount of blue. Blue is very, very overpowering. So you want to go even lighter or less amount of your blue to your water and your flow improver. So let's start with the red. I do keep my paper towel here, and I also keep some Q-tips, or cotton buds as some people call them. I've always known them as Q-tips. Alright, and I try to start in like an inconspicuous area just to make sure that I've got the right tone that I'm looking for. And I kind of give it a little dab, a little dabbing motion. You don't want any pooling like that, so that's when I'll take my Q-tip and daub it up. It's a word, I promise. Daub it up. So we just, and I want to say that after I shot the skin tone, it is sealed with Vallejo matte varnish. Wow, let's focus. Okay. So I just go in little daubing motions. And I'm not going to go down here on her neck because she's got some kind of something there. That's something else I'm going to have to figure out what to do with. But by doing this, you get, we don't want to leave it like that. You get more of like a, what actual skin looks like. You get like a translucent type modeling that skin has. I'm hoping that's coming across. I've got extra light on today. You always want to do your skin before you do anything else, because as you can see, it's going to run all over the place. So I think I'm going to go a little bit more up in her hairline. And you know, with washes, it's a lot easier than paint, because you can go over as many times as you want. If you think it doesn't have enough tone, then go over it again. You want to watch, like in the creases of the nose, it'll pool there, and you don't want that. Okay, and when that is dried down some, we'll come in with the blue, and then I do a final with the yellow. Can't talk today. I'm going to go ahead and put a little on her hand. I'll ultimately do chalk pastels on her hand, but we gotta. But this will give just a little bit of a tone, a pre-tone, if you will. And I'm going to assume that since she's got a big cut above her eye here and on her face, that we're going to have to do some bruising. But I think I'm going to come up with that after all this is done. And then we'll see what we want to do with her skin. Now you can see with this dried down a little bit how it's kind of got a mottled look, and that's what you want, because this is going to be an undercoat. Yes, boy, I'm having a hard time talking. This is going to be an undercoat, because once all of the washes are on, I take the skin tone that I have mixed up and make it extremely thin, like wash thin, and then I'll airbrush over that with one coat, and it gives me the best skin tone that I've ever come across. It gives me the best results for skin tone. We'll say that. Might not be how it works, but that's how I work it, because I'm a professional. No, and with the blue, you don't want to go as much. You don't want to go as much as you did with the red. Once again, watch for those nose creases. You don't want blue in those, what are they called, nasolabial folds. You're not wiping it off. You're just, everywhere that is, you feel like you've got too much and excess. You just want to lightly hit it with your paper towel or your cotton bud, whichever you want to use. And you can't see any of that, can you? And the yellow, I go even lighter, because you don't want her to look like she's jaundiced. Just barely there. I don't think I'm going to put any yellow on her arm at all. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little right here. Okay, so there is our undercoat, undertone on our skin. And then I'm going to let that dry down. And what I'll do is I put another coat of the matte acrylic varnish on this before I shoot it with the very, very, very thinned, same color that I did the original skin tone with. So I will come back after this has dried down and I have put another coat of the matte varnish on, and I'm going to have to shoot the airbrush off camera because for some reason my compressor makes the camera microphone pop. So I can't do that until I get my new compressor, and it is on the way. So next video I'll be able to use my compressor, and yeah, so I'll be back shortly. Okay, I have finished the washes. I have put the matte varnish on, and then I went over with my airbrush with a tiny bit of pigment. I mean, it was so thin, it was like as thin as the washes was. You can still see all of that undertone that we did underneath her final coat of the skin tone. And then once this is all dry, I will go back and put one last coat with the matte varnish, and then we will be ready to do all of the detail work as far as the shading and eyes, eyebrows, that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do, instead of continuing on and doing everything all in one video and making it an hour-long video that I know nobody really wants to sit and watch, I'm going to cut this off here, and then I'll make another one doing the details and possibly put her eyes in with that one too. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. I really, really do. And if you would give it a like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and post a comment down below. That actually helps my channel when people comment. Yeah, and share it. And I hope you have a great New Year's. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.